Yeah, Rodriguez versus Bennett 3. Let's do it.
That's the
In
one.
Mexico.
I love Mexico, so sign me up. I'll go there.
Hello to all of our friends from MMA Pit. This afternoon, we are speaking with a truly pioneer of women's MMA. We are speaking with Deanna Vitamin D Bennett. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here talking to you guys and can't complain.
And we would like to start by saying you have a really remarkable career, having many fights in Invicta, being a contestant of The Ultimate Fighter Season 26, debuting for the UFC, and having important wins in your record, like former title challengers Azul Lara, Jennifer Maya, a top prospect like Miranda Maverick, and former champions like Karina Rodriguez and Juliana Peña. At this point, after more than 10 years of MMA, what can Deanna Bennett say about her career?
Oh man, like you just said, you named off a who's who of fighters out there that I've had the opportunity to actually be in the cage with, and it's amazing. And I have people all the time ask me like lay up the gloves. Even though I've been doing this for years, I feel like I'm in my prime now. Like I feel like I've taken all the experiences that I've been through, and I'm not even close to being done. And it just feels great to be able to live a life that I love. I get to do what I love every single day, and I get to go in there, and being in that cage is such a feeling that I can't. It's home to me. It's where I love to be. It's where I know I belong. That's where I fit in the most. Like I'm kind of an awkward human, so there's a lot of places where I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I should be here. I'm not a classy human. I don't know about this. This is weird. But like when I'm in that cage, that's home, and that's where I know that I'm meant to be. And I still have so much more that I want to do with my fight career. I haven't won a belt yet, and I want one, and I'm going for one. And I'm just excited that I get to be with Bellator and work my way up towards the belt, the rankings.
And you debuted for the UFC in a match that ended up in a draw. You have 13 fights at Invicta FC on your record, and you have finally a more solid chance of showcasing yourself at the big leagues. But how it was for such an experienced fighter like you to get a chance of showcasing at the big leagues after years of walking the scene?
Honestly, it feels so great to finally be in a big promotion and to be getting, recognition. Like I never got into the sport to like, oh, I want to be famous. I want to do this. I honestly got into fighting just because I loved it, and the fact that I get to do that for a living is amazing. But it feels great that I don't know, that I feel like people are finally giving me the respect. Not that I really need it, not that that's what I'm just. I just want to be known as a hard worker. I want to be known as a great fighter who gave her everything and did everything that she possibly could in the sport. And when I'm done with fighting, that's the legacy that I want to leave. I mean, if no one remembers me, that's cool. But if like a few people were like, she was a good fighter, she was awesome, that's what I would love to. Sorry, I'm driving. That's what I would love to put out there. So
You now are 2-1 in Bellator. That only loss came from the hand of the current champion, Liz Carmouche. And so far, how are you feeling in your stay in Bellator?
I am so happy with Bellator. I love it. I'm so glad to have a promotion that that I everybody has been absolutely great. They treat their fighters really well. My first fight didn't quite go my way, like you said with Liz, but that's something that I hope when she rematches for the title for Velasquez, I really hope that she wins, because that's a fight that I want to get back, because I had an injury, nothing to do with what happened she didn't do it to me. My body and my hamstring just gave out. But I feel like that fight was going my way, and that's a fight that I want back because I know I can beat her again. And so, you know, I'm hoping she retains the title and I get that opportunity to. And, you know, I'm just every fight that I have for Bellator has been great. And just I'm just happy. I have nothing negative to say. I can keep on rambling with positives because it's been great, and I'm so happy with where I'm at in my fight career.
And after your last fight, Justine Kish defeated former champion Ilima Lake McFarlane, and right after she defeated her, she wanted that rematch against you. She told us the other day that right after your fight, your first fight, she wanted that rematch because she felt like she could do better in another fight against you. But on your part, why did you sign the rematch against her?
So we signed the rematch about 2 months ago. And so we got done with the very first fight. We got into the back and I'm waiting for the post-fight conference. And she comes up and she's just like, yeah, let's do this again. Let's do this again. But here's the thing. She had 15 minutes in that cage the very first time we fought to do something. And it's not necessarily that she couldn't do it. I'm like, if she thinks that she could do better, that's great. That just means that I did what I wanted to do. I wanted to finish, so I'm not happy with that. And am I happy that I have to fight her again? You know, I want to fight people to get to the title, so I'm not necessarily happy to fight her again twice in a row. But you know, if she thinks that there's going to be a different result, then she's crazy, because I've done nothing but work my butt off since I got up into the first fight. And yeah, she beat Ilima, but that doesn't mean that she's going to beat me again.
You left the Mohegan Sun with your hand raised on February 19. And obviously, in Bellator 284, you expect the same result. But do you expect something to go different than the first fight?
Yeah, I expect to finish her. Like I said, I didn't get to finish her in that first fight. And honestly, I have a little bit more umph coming because she asked for this rematch. And I'm sorry, you called on the thunder and you're going to get it. So, like, I have a chip on my shoulder and I'm going to make sure to take it out on her. And I want her to regret ever asking for a rematch for me again.
And this cartouche showed us that second chances exist by winning the Bellator World Championship. This is the third time that you consider a rematch. So what do you want to say about you wanting to get yours against the champion?
Like I said, number one on my mind is Justine Kish right now. Next week, I'm going to fight her and I'm going to take her out. And I always have that Carmouche fight on the back of my mind. It's something that since like I had surgery on my hamstring after that fight to repair what I injured during the fight. And I think about that fight a lot and I'm ready. I want that fight. I want that rematch. I'm going to fight whoever they put in front of me until I get that rematch, and we're going to make it happen. So
being Mexicans, we can't avoid to ask about now that Karina Rodriguez signed with Bellator and you are one-on-one. Would you like to see the third one?
Yes. So I love Karina. Don't get me wrong. I think she's a great person. I have nothing bad to say about her, but every once in a while I'm like my nemesis because we fought twice. We're 1-1, even though I really like her. I don't think the judges got the decision right on that second fight with me and her. I do wholeheartedly believe that I should have walked away with my hands raised. But I mean, it just means that we possibly have to get that third round and that way we can settle it. And so I actually, number one, I was actually happy for her that she signed with Bellator. I wholeheartedly believe that she belongs in one of those, the higher promotions. She's a great fighter. And now I get my rematch again. We're going for the trilogy. It's going to happen. I'll get the belt and then she'll fight for she'll get her chance at the belt there. She's not going to get it, but I expect it to be a good fight.
Yeah, Rodriguez versus Bennett 3. Let's do it.
That's the
In
one.
Mexico.
I love Mexico, so sign me up. I'll go there.
But yeah, we would like to finish the interview. We know that you have a really long quality career. You have a base of fans. Now you're in a bigger platform. So is there something you would like to say to the people that follows you and supports you and that has been there throughout your career?
Man, every ounce of support, every fan, like every note that I get and message that I get, it means the world to me. Like sometimes I'm terrible with responding to stuff just because my mind's in about a million different places and I get hit in the head often. But like, oh man, without having the support from people, I don't know if would have made it this long. Honestly, it's something that I hold dear to me, and like I said, every single person, I truly appreciate it. And I still get weird. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, can I have a picture?" And I was like, "You want a picture with me? Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah, you're Deanna Bennett, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just a little weirdo, so I don't know what you're talking about, but okay." But it means the world to me, and I wholeheartedly appreciate it.
Deanna Bennett, thank you so much for your time and wish you the best in your next fight.
You. I really appreciate that. Thanks for taking the time to talk to me, guys.
Thank you and goodbye.
Good to see you.
Bye. Good to see you.